Welcome to Band Bourbon Cigars, where we discuss marching band experiences and lifelong situations. I am the drum major of this podcast, Mr. Reggie. Then we have Mr. Herb on there with the ones and twos, Mr. Rock himself, and Mr. 1 to 10. And yes, we have the beautiful Miss Fancy Flo, Miss Hula Hoop Queen herself. Listen here, ladies. I know it's Christmas time, ringing bells and all that kind of stuff. But listen, you're going to have to get that hula hoop together right after that Christmas break now. All right. Check this out. Hold on here. Check this out. I'm about to tell y'all something real quick about this person right here. Y'all going to be tripped out when this, I really want to see how this is going to go. Because our guest today is a dedicated family man of a beautiful wife and daughter. Born in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and a graduate of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Senior High School in Detroit, Michigan. Our guests have always had a deep connection to music and community. As a proud member of the percussion section, Soul Section #1 at Kentucky State University, our guest graduated with a degree in music to honor his craft and passion for performance. Our guest combines his artistry with technical precision as a member of the Love Wing Music Factory team, where he specializes in making and tuning instruments. Our guest is an esteemed member of the Iota Mu chapter of Kappa Psi National Honorary Band Fraternity for university and college bands. Our guest is also a member of Pi Phi chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, demonstrating his lifelong commitment and excellence to service and mentorship. Our guest continues to create harmony in both his personal and professional life, inspiring others through his dedication to music and family. I give you drum roll, please. Mr. Brandon.
What's up, y'all?
What up, though?
What up, though?
Oh, man, we got this Detroit love in here again. Boy, Detroit we represent. Detroit is everywhere, man. Hey, we roll deep. We roll deep in these marching bands for real. For real. How you been doing, man?
Man, I've been doing all right, man. I can't complain. Let's see, I've been here about 3 years. I'm in Charlotte now.
Okay.
Moved here right around COVID. I say the first year was the roughest, but after being here for a while, meeting people, build my circle of friends and whatnot. It's been cool the last couple of years.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's good to hear. How's the family? Family doing all right?
Yeah, my family's doing all right. My little girl just turned 4 in October.
Congratulations.
We're getting ready to try to get her in school this upcoming fall. Try to get her in early kindergarten. She's got a late birthday. Her birthday falls just outside of their cutoff. So we're trying to work that out. Wife is doing good. She doesn't work with CPS anymore. She actually works with Hospice in Union County. It's actually right down the street from where I work at.
Okay, that's dope. Well, how you doing, Miss Fancy? Looking on, like I said, beautiful today. I like that blue you have on.
Thank you. Blue is starting to slowly grow on me. It's becoming one of my favorite colors.
Hey, blue is better. What would we be without blue? Blue is the ocean. Blue is the sky. Hey, baby, with that baby blue eyes of blue.
They not say brown. See, he just be flirting. He don't be doing.
Oof. Oh.
But I be here for it. Like, yes, tell me. So, Brandon, I did not know prior to now that you actually graduated from King High School as well.
Yeah, I met you at Mr. Greer's funeral. You were sitting in front of me with Darren.
Okay. Now I remember you because I'm like, he looks familiar. I couldn't place you. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's good to see you again.
Likewise.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and begin with the questions.
Brandon one of those King House graduates too. Mm-hmm. He must up under the King House. That's what's up.
Okay. What year did you come out of King?
01.
Okay. All right. And so, I'm trying to figure out if I want to ask. Okay, so tell me, because I'm new to your whole band experience. I knew you went to King, but I didn't know what you did there. Tell me what you played, and what your thing was when you were in high school.
So I played percussion in high school.
Okay.
Well, I've always played percussion. I also did sports. So my junior year, I actually got hurt at practice. I hyperextended my knee, and it actually messed me up pretty bad. Even today, I got arthritis in my knee now from that injury. So my junior year, that was my last year playing football. And my senior year, I just did band. So I did sports all throughout high school. But one thing that stayed constant was band. I did all the bands: pep band, marching band, symphonic band.
Okay.
So football, what did you play?
I played offensive tackle and defensive end.
Yeah, because you're a big dude. So I was trying to figure out what position you was on. I was like, I didn't know he wasn't tight end.
I was a lot smaller in high school, man.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure it out.
You don't seem like you would be that fast, Brandon. I seem like I can beat you in a race. You don't seem like you would be able to
beat me in a race.
It don't seem like you would be able to get off that line that fast to get around that end.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I ain't gonna make it seem like I was that guy, but I made it do what it do.
What he said?
I ain't gonna make it seem like I was that guy though. That's what I heard. I heard like I ain't gonna make it seem like I was that guy.
That's what I heard too, Flo.
Yeah.
You like in case you didn't know.
That's one of my favorite positions, man. That's one of my favorite positions to check out is the defensive end.
Oh, defensive end.
So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tight end is so the guys who are bulkier are the ones who play positions like tight end and
because they better at blocking because they can use them for the line or send them out for a catch.
Okay. I'm learning.
Usually your tight ends are big dudes that could be linebackers, but they really can catch like wide receivers.
And run like wide receivers.
And run right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't know tight end though. Defensive end, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tell me the difference because I don't know anything about the positions in football. I just know that the game is called football. That's pretty much
it's American football.
Yes. Because in Ghana, soccer is football. So yeah.
You go down there to Mexico or somewhere talking about, I want to watch football. They're gonna look at you like, I know you get off into that. Give you that ball around.
On a soccer game, you're gonna be looking crazy.
I thought we was gonna throw
it. your tight ends Flo they're on the offensive side of the ball.
Okay.
And they on the ends. They either on one of the sides, left side or right side, and they go out. They're either gonna block for the quarterback, or they're gonna block for the running back, or they're gonna go out and try to catch the ball. That's your tight end. Your defensive ends are.
It's only one, so they're on either side, or it's two when they're on.
It can be two. It can be two. Yeah. And then your defensive ends is on the defensive side. They're on the ends, on the left side and the right side, and they're trying to get to the quarterback, trying to tackle the quarterback.
Okay.
Simple form.
I understood that perfectly.
Well, that's what I do. I make things simple, baby.
Yeah, my boy got away with words.
That's right. We don't need to complicate this. We make it real simple. Break it down. Right.
So were there any other instruments that you might have been interested in playing and maybe you just didn't get a chance to play, or you just only wanted to play the one you picked, percussion?
I've always only wanted to play the drums. I actually started playing in church when I was maybe 5. My mom was like the minister of music there. So she had a piano at the house and whatnot. So she was always practicing and stuff. And I just remember going to church one day and seeing the guy on the drum set. He's I don't know what his government was, but everybody called him Tutu. And
yeah, that does not sound like a government name.
Yeah. No. And
what dude you want to mess with?
Yeah.
Right. He sound like he carried a tutu.
Right.
Might have.
Right.
But I was just captivated by his playing, and I told my mom one day, "Hey, I want to do that." And that next Christmas, I had a drum set, and I've just been playing ever since. It's the only thing I ever wanted to play.
I always wanted to play. Well, actually, I bought a bass guitar about 5 years ago. I played it for a couple months, and I have 2 of them now. They're collecting dust. They're
You can send one my way.
I'll send you the one my ex-husband bought me. You can have that one.
Figure I'll take it too. I ain't even gonna mad at him because I already know the dude.
You know what? Reggie, I'm gonna have to send you. I got a picture I took with that guitar. I can't post it on.
Why not? We got other pictures on her.
Uh-oh.
No, you can't see this one.
She
That's
said,
right
"Oh,
there,
no.
right there, and there's one over there. They're not for other people's husbands, but he's single, so I can show it to him.
No, I'm good.
she done
He's like, I'm good. I don't want to see it.
she done did the Friday Night Lights picture.
So I caught it and picked up. I'm pretty fast, so you know.
It's not like raunchy, but it was a very tasteful boudoir type.
Oh, was
It ain't no fun if the homies can't
Mm-hmm.
see.
Nope, I can't show it to them. Tell him I don't need no smoke with their wives.
Hey,
I
that's
come
right.
in
No
peace.
smoke. No
I
smoke.
come in
Okay.
peace.
Yeah, but I got those two bass guitars. I'm gonna pick it back up and practice it soon. I don't know. We'll
After
see.
you
Might
sent me
be
the
my
other
kids. Huh?
After you send me the other one.
Okay. I think it's a 5-string. You can play 5-string.
And we gonna make it do what it do.
You can make it do what it do, baby.
Make it do what it do.
Great
Well,
Charles.
one string.
Hey,
I should have known. I'm like, what is this? Well, you did that, yeah.
we are not surfing the web. We're not clicking no mouses. Let's
Reggie,
get back.
Reggie's not nasty and disgusting, and I'm judging you right now.
Hey, see, you be jumping on me, but her be throwing them at you, and they be going over your head, though.
He does. So I just be like,
Her the one be throwing them at you. It be going over your head. You be
I'll be
jumping on my
paying
back,
attention
though. But that's my
Brandon,
dog.
I
I
ain't
can't.
talking to them. I ain't talking to them. They being weird. So, during your time in college, what kinds of things did you used to do to entertain yourself so you wouldn't be bored? Like, aside from band and football, what are some other things you might have been interested in?
Well, band people, I think, are some of the most ingenuitive people on the planet.
Could see
I've
that.
been waiting for somebody to get down to this answer.
So we get bored and we figure out stuff to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I remember this one particular time on the band wing. Some of my fellow bandsmen, they was bored. They was really into wrestling and stuff. So my homeboy, he used to wrestle in high school. So he puts on his my homeboy used to call him his gold dust boots. And he runs down the hall, kicks in the door, and starts wrestling, chopping people in the chest, and drop kicking people. So we say, okay. So we runs down the hall. We wait till he's chilling. He's laying in his bed. Everybody just runs down the hall. We kick in his room and we just throw baby powder all over his room. The fire alarm goes off. So we all like, oh, damn. So we run down the hall. The dorm director comes down around the way like, so what's going on? Like, why is the fire alarm going off? So we explained to him what happened. And we end up cleaning the whole dorm. He said, I'm going to let y'all do this because otherwise I have to write y'all up. Y'all have to pay a fine and all of this and all of that. So we should do a lot of little ignorant stuff like that. I remember one day on the yard, like one dorm, it was hard for men to get in, was Chandler Hall. So
not for me.
One of my homeboys was like, you know what? That window is open. I'm finna go in there. I said, no, you're not. He said, yeah, I am. He's like, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna open this door, and I'm gonna let y'all in. So I'm like, okay, we gonna see what happens. So the fool runs, he jumps in this window, and right when he walks in the hallway, it's somebody in there. It's their dorm director. So this fool come running out the dorm or whatever. They call the police, the campus police. So we take off down the hill back towards the door. We stayed in Young Hall. And so as we going past Rosenwald, we're going down that hill, the police pull up. And he goes, I just got a report about some people who just broke in the dorm or whatever. And we're looking at each other. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know anything? They're like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. And we basically was able to talk our way out of that situation because she didn't have a clear description of who it was. But we definitely could have gotten a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah, because I don't know what guy's gonna be like. Hey, yeah, that was me. I jumped through that door. Come and rescue me.
Right.
See, that furthermore lets me know that you was not fast coming around that defensive end. Because from Chandler Hall to Young Hall, and y'all allowed the cop to be able to come all the way around that side to get to beat y'all back to the door. Y'all slow, homie. Y'all slow.
And you knew they was going.
By that time, we was walking. We wasn't even running no more.
And you know they going straight to Young Hall. This is what all the mischief people live at.
Yeah, but think about the police captain.
Young Hall was good.
He got to get the report. He has to get the report. He has to get in his car. He has to come out of Exum. He has to come across Martin Luther King. He got to come down some ways, make a left, make another left in order to find.
What if he was already over there?
Oh man, they ain't called that in.
All right, man. All right.
Stay posted up.
You got it.
Did y'all ever get in trouble for doing silly stuff like that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like serious trouble?
Yeah. We told you about the band trip that time. B. Green was there.
I was there.
When we fired up our band director. When I fired him up.
He sat in the hallway that whole night, wouldn't let nobody come out their room.
No,
what you do? Get back in that room, son. After they fired up the band director with the pillows, he stayed out in the hallway all night. He wouldn't let nobody come out the room.
I don't think Bo remembers that
story.
This was a couple episodes back.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. The story is we having a good time in my hotel room. We on a band trip, and I started a pillow fight and stuff like that. So we have a pillow fight going on and stuff like that. See who can king of the bed. So you get knocked off the bed type of thing, right? But then it was more freshmen that was in there. So I convinced them to go hit the band director with the pillow. So they like, yeah, let's do it. But then they get down the hall and they were scared. So I'm like, man, y'all scared. So I take the pillow, get to his door, knocked on the door. He opened up the door. I fired him up.
You got to do the glasses.
I took off running. I went back to the room. Now, people have said that they fired him up too, but I don't believe it. But they said they fired him up after I fired him up, stuff like that. So everybody takes off running. And most people is running back to my room. So I go because I'm lean. I scooped the bed a little bit to the side, got on the side of the bed, put a whole bunch of coats and clothes and stuff on top of me. Man, he came in that room. Where you at?
He knew.
Man, he sat out in that hallway all night. So I'm looking. So it's myself and two other brothers in the room. Cool. We sitting there talking and everything. And one of the brothers disappeared. And I'm like, where he go? He's like, he in the bathroom. Oh, no, I'm like, bro, he ain't in the bathroom. So, we open the door. Ain't nobody in the bathroom. So, like, how the hell did he get out this room? And so I look down the hall, and TC, he's still sitting there. And I see him bob his head down like he went to sleep. And then he looked to the right. I just jumped right over the hallway because the stairs was right in front of my door. Ran down the stairs. Next thing you know, his bros coming out from everywhere. We jumped in the car, left, and went party. Then we came back. But all of them, they left me and Cool Breeze hanging the next day because now it's time to pack the bus down. So KK Sal was known for packing the bus down. We always pack the bus down. So which means we get everybody's suitcase, we pack it in there right. Everybody instruments, we pack it in there right, and all that kind of stuff. They were so scared, man. Everybody jumped on the bus, left me and Cool Breeze to pack the whole bus down, all the buses down by ourselves in the rain.
Hey, Timmy Wayne ain't play them games.
Look at him. See, he's still scared. Timmy Wayne ain't hitting him up.
come get you from beyond. Leave him alone.
What's the consequence for beating the band director with a pillow?
Well, my consequence was because I was on his bus, so he waited till I went to sleep, and he fired me up.
You was playing a horn at the time. You had switched back, didn't you?
Yeah, I came back to the band. Yeah, I came
My
back to the
French
band.
one, yeah.
I got back in the band. Yeah, he fired me
That
up.
actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had fun. But I told him before I left. I said, before I get out this band, I'm gonna get you. You're like, you ain't gonna do nothing. I said, I'm gonna get you because I told Grit the same thing. We was in high school. I said, before I leave, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna fire you up. And Grit said, you ain't gonna do shit. You see that graveyard over there? All them noobs will come up out that graveyard and kick your little ass.
That sounds like something you say too.
That's what
He
he
threatened
said.
his ancestors.
Yeah, I got him though. I got him.
Because it could be scary to the right person.
Yeah, and it didn't scare me. I got him. Body, but we were hanging out. He done went to sleep. I took off his socks, his shoes, everything.
It seemed like Grill always was falling asleep somewhere.
Grill always fell asleep. He would go to sleep.
We were at a game somewhere and he fell asleep and people was throwing popcorn at him. And we got mad and we like started throwing the popcorn back at the people because people throwing popcorn weren't in our band. They was like other kids or something. I don't remember. I don't know where we were.
I must have see that because we'd have been fighting somebody else throwing popcorn.
This couldn't have been a down south trip because I never got to go on the down south trips. I only went to like Indianapolis and local stuff like that. So it had to be some trip like that, a little short trip. But I remember he was, feeling good and he went to sleep.
Yeah, I fired him up, put them cigars between his toes and lit him on fire.
He was a prankster.
Jamaica. Yeah, man, we had fun, man. We fired him up.
Herb, you ever did some kind of prank on somebody in the band?
Never. I was a good boy.
Anybody prank you?
Never. I was a good boy.
Reggie, you ain't prank him even when he stayed with you or you stayed with him?
Nope.
Herb, my dog.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Herb used to hang out at first when we came. I didn't know too much about Herb when he came in the band room. All I knew is that this dude had a do-rag for every damn outfit that he had.
Yes, he did.
Every color.
He kept a do-rag on his
All
head.
he wore was a do-rag on his head.
Try to keep them waves together. Herb, you was trying to keep it fresh for the ladies, huh? You was like,
hey, my thing was the do-rags. Hey, my thing was
I ain't know too much. I ain't know too much about him. You know what I'm saying? He came in, he did his thing. He was, kept his, head down, nose clean, and stuff like that, did his job, And then he became a member of Kappa Kappa Psi, and he was hanging out with Chicken Hawk. He was more hanging out with the Chicken Hawk at the time.
Chicken Hawk and the Ninja.
Yeah, and the Ninja.
We was 112.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken Hawk and Ninja. I know all these people's names.
I already know who you're talking about.
You might know who Ninja is too.
I know who Ninja is.
Did Ninja go to King too, or he went to KSU?
Nah, he ain't go to King. He from Detroit though, but he ain't go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might know
What's
Ninja.
He go to?
Montford.
I don't think I know who that is.
But yeah, Chicken Hawk and Ninja.
I'm thinking that the person I think Chicken Hawk is not who I thought they were the last time we talked about him. I'm thinking it might be somebody else.
You know exactly who he went to.
You know who Chicken Hawk is for sure. You know who it is.
Winterhalter?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
What did he play?
A brass instrument, upper brass.
Okay, so that's 3 people I'm thinking of. One of them is no longer with us. I think. No, that's not. Okay, 2 people. 2 people. Were they short?
Mm-hmm.
Trumpet player?
I said upper brass. I ain't saying no more.
Yeah, that's 2 people it limits it to. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Now I got
is a trumpet player upper brass?
It is, yep.
Oh, okay. You said it, I
did. Chicken Hawk, reveal yourself.
Oh man.
What if he just appeared out of nowhere like, yeah, what up? Y'all was talking about me.
Talking about me.
Hey, Chicken Hawk could come up behind that chair, that rocket chair. Be like, what's up?
Oh, that is not who I was thinking of.
Mm.
Yeah, he went to Winterhalter. Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So Brandon, man, I
Mhm.
know you understand. You said that you played percussion all your life and stuff like that. What made you? What was that inspiration besides your mom and church and stuff that really made you want to just play an instrument or just be in music, period?
Aside from my church experience in middle school, so my mom died when I was about 7, and I spent a couple years in Ohio with my dad's folks. In middle school, I went to Schwab, which was a feeder school for Aiken. Mr. Mullins was the band director for both the high school and the middle school. Mr. Mullins is a Kentucky State alumni.
Okay.
I didn't know that at the time until I got to Kentucky State. And the first day at the middle school, he brought the high school marching band down to play. So that was my first time ever seeing a marching band, like, ever. And this was around the time Bone Thugs-n-Harmony had just came out, so they was playing the Bone tunes and all of that. It was in there dancing and stuff, and I said, you know what? I want to do that. I signed up for marching band that same day. They was like, we got electives. You can take art. You can do band. You can do this, that, and the third. I said, I'm just doing band. And ever since then, I've just been hooked on it. Like, he would show us band tapes of Alcorn Band. That's what Mr. Chambers was assistant director down there at Alcorn. So he would show us those tapes and stuff all the time. And ever since, man, I just knew that that's what I wanted to do.
That's what's up. So what was your transition? Well, how did you get from that to high school to K-State?
Man, I did a lot of moving around. So long story short, my mom passed. We go to Ohio. Stay with my dad and his family for a while. He had differences with my stepmother. Stuff wasn't going right there. Long story short, the environment was not a good environment for me and my little sister at that time. So we ended up going back to Michigan and staying with my 2 older sisters. So I think I was in Kalamazoo for maybe a year. And then my sister got a job with the Detroit Law Department. She worked in the municipal affairs in Detroit. So I left and I moved with her. And my oldest sister, we all were living with her. She moved to Louisville. So she was already in Louisville before I came to K-State. So she was already in Kentucky. And I ended up in Detroit with her. Initially, I didn't even know King had a band. So initially, band wasn't on the radar. I didn't even know if it was going to be available. The first person I met as far as King goes was Coach Harvell. So instantly he had me, hey, come play ball. I'm like, hey, cool. And this is when the teachers were on strike. So we went and I heard the drum section. They was over there playing, playing on the bleachers and stuff. So I'm like, okay, so they do have a band. So I'm going to do this football, but I'm also do band. At the white schools, you can technically do both, at the PWIs. But it kind of don't work that way in, urban areas. It don't work that way. So I had to figure that out because they're not about to let you come out the locker room to go perform halftime. That's not happening. So I just made it work. Like I said, I think I mentioned it to somebody earlier. My senior year, I just did band, after an injury my junior year. But, band has always been my heart. It's been my go-to. So music has always been my thing. I think I knew pretty much inevitably earlier on that I would end up eventually just doing band. But
so did you get to K-State because your sister had been down there in Kentucky?
No, actually, Kentucky State wasn't even on my radar. I remember Mr. Chambers came down my junior year. He would always come and do clinics with the band. And this is when K-State was like real small. And it wasn't the band per se that turned me off. It was the drum section. They played like a really old, dated cadence, and we all was just kind of like, that don't really fit my style, so I'm not going. I'm going to J State like my band director did. And he came back my senior year, and I'm gonna drop a name. Steve had came down. This was after his first year there. Steve had came down, and he was, talking to us about it. And the way he talked about it, I was just like, you know what? I can do that. So I auditioned, and he gave me a scholarship to go. I had got into a couple other places, like I had got into University of Maryland Eastern Shore, but they didn't really have a band program, so I X'd that out. I forgot the other schools I applied to, but the only ones that really had like a music program that I applied to other than J State was KSU, so I went. J State kept playing games. They kept saying, "Hey, we need your shot records." I sent my shot records 10 different times and got a letter 10 times saying, "We need your shot records." So I said, you know what? This just wasn't meant to be. I'm going to go to K-State.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's crazy how every person from K-State has been out here. K-State, even from everybody, me and you on this panel, K-State was never on our radar.
Not on the radar at all.
That ball.
Not on the radar.
Every person
I have
here.
I have a question for everybody on the panel. I was having this conversation with somebody a couple of weeks back. Matter of fact, it was Thanksgiving Day. And the question was, name one person that's influential that you will, dead or alive, that you would want to sit down and have a conversation with, and what would you say? Right. And I noticed that you mentioned your mom and everything. What's something that if you had her sitting next to you right now, what would you say to her? What would you ask her?
Man, there's so much I would ask. I was so young when she died, I really didn't know my mother. So I would definitely want to know the type of person that she was. So I would want to know about her, how was it for her growing up? My mother was the second oldest. And what was that like, having all those brothers and sisters? Because my mother had a lot of siblings, but my grandmother also had a lot of siblings. I might ask her about some of the decisions that she made, especially things with my dad. You don't see a whole lot, when you're a kid, but you think about some things that you might remember when you get older and be like, yeah, what was that all about? My whole family really is really in the church, really biblical people. I'd ask her about that. What things drove you to the church? Because I came from that family. My mom always had us in the church. Choir rehearsal, Bible study, prayer, revivals. If it was a second service, we was there. My mom might have been in church. This is a 7-day week. She probably in there 4 or 5 days out that week. I don't know. Just want to know about her. It's very few things like I remember about my mom, and I can remember how she laughed, how she addressed me, and how people always flocked to my mom. They always went to her for advice, especially in the church. Just different things like that, man. Okay. Just know who she is. What things made her her, and definitely, ask her different things about different decisions and whatnot.
All right. What about you, Ms. Fans?
When you first posed the question, the first person that popped in my head was Michelle Obama. And then I thought of her, and I thought about Kamala Harris. And just simply because they're in such high positions, I would want to pick their brain about how they manage it all and how they just deal with the sexism from the men, the racism, like how they, I would just really want to pick their brains and kind of explore those kinds of things, you know, because I'm curious as to how they, like, I know Kamala exercises a lot, you know, and I know for me, I exercise and that's how I balance my stress. But, you know, I would really want to know more about like how they, you know, how they maneuver through that phase of life in that area, you know, because I imagine it's difficult, you
Yeah.
know.
What about yourself, Hurt?
There's really nobody out there, somebody in the past, um, that uh, I care to talk to about certain things. The people that I talk to about certain things are still alive. I still talk to them about certain things. There's nobody out there that's what if I could, I wish. Um, the people that I talk to and get the answers that I need, the help that I need, the responses that I need, I talk to them. You one of them. Who Breeze is another one of them. So, those people are already there for me. So I'm good. I'm
That's
good.
what's up. That's what's up. For myself, when I asked that question before, well, when that question came up, I said Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? One of the most influential persons that we know of in the world, right? And my question, I think I would want to sit down and just ask him why. Why did he feel compelled to die for everybody? You know what I'm saying? Even though, we understand why now, but think about him being in that moment. Like you getting beat, you know what I'm saying? For, excuse me, for something you believe in. And understanding that, Jesus was a rebel because he actually went against the grain of everything of what was going on. And knowing that this can happen to you, why did you make that decision? Like, okay, I know they need this more than I do. So I'm going to allow these things to happen to me in order to save the rest. That question right there, man, that would have been the thing for me.
See, my thing is with questions like those. Reason why I don't like them is because it's always sometime majority of the times it's not the response you always expecting. Like when people go meet their heroes, the old thing that everybody would say when you meet your hero, you should never met your hero. The whole perspective changes of them. Um, who knows what he was thinking back then? Who knows what his thought process was back then? The thought of it now, how people think about it, is much better than what the truth may actually be. So
Exactly. That's why I want
yeah,
to ask that question.
yeah, I
That's
wouldn't want
exactly why I want to ask that question.
I wouldn't want to answer that question because it's like this. Look at it like this: the whole world, the way we live in now. If nobody believed in heaven or hell, nobody, and they just lived their life, this world would probably be madness. People think about consequences, think about things uh, that can happen if you do this, if you don't do this, you do this, you don't do that. What if you didn't think about those consequences? It'd be madness. What if you had that answer? It might be madness.
And we have to we make adjustments in life just like with
Mhm.
anything else, you know what I'm saying?
True,
Because
true,
we
true.
understand that everything that was written,
Right.
75% or more is man written.
Oh yeah,
You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying? So we're really living off a lie. You see
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So that's why always, people be like, I heard about you, Reg. I'm like, well, what did you hear?
Right, right,
And
right,
80% of what people say they heard about me, I'm
right,
like, no, I didn't do that, or I didn't say that.
right,
That's not what I did. This is what
right,
I did say. You know what I'm saying? Because people's perspective of what I
right,
say or do
right,
is their perspective. And
right.
like Herb was saying, they didn't understand what was going on in my head or why I did it. And they
Mm,
just made an assumption of why I did it. No, there's a reason behind everything that I did or everything that I said, being that I was either joking or I was being serious. Right. But it's better to find the truth from the source. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? Come to me instead of talking about what you heard. Well, all
Oh yeah,
right. I don't want to know what I heard. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't there to see, I tell these young pups all the time, if you ain't there to see the dude put that thing in that thing, you don't know if he put that thing in that thing.
Don't
You
you
know
go,
what I'm
wow,
saying?
wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it can be a lie. If you
Right,
didn't see it for yourself, hear it for yourself, man, I don't want to hear that.
right.
You know what I mean? And it's not my business. I don't care who doing what. It's not my business. Don't come to me with what somebody else did or say it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're comfortable enough to come to me to tell me about somebody else, then you're comfortable enough to talk about me to somebody else.
Mhm.
So I don't want to hear that.
Say when they came to you talking about me,
That's right. Did you defend me when when you
Mhm.
were standing there when they were saying that? You know what I mean? So come to the source. Talk to
Right.
me, and I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Well, it depends
You
on
know
what the
what?
source is too, because a lot of people won't mess with the source if they
Because they're scared,
know.
fear. They're scared.
Right,
Yeah, they're
right.
scared.
A lot of
Mhm.
people won't come to the source. They'll continue to believe what they want to believe
Yep, yep.
and make
They
their
don't want
own
to know the truth.
assumptions. Hmm.
I would want to ask Jesus. So after you made the decision to be crucified and all of those things for the world and our sins, how you feel now? Was it worth it? Like I would
Mm,
want him to. Did he disappoint
mm,
you?
That's a
mm,
loaded question.
Now
Yeah.
that
mm.
is a good question.
That's a loaded
That's
question.
nice. That's
That's a
nice.
good question.
That's nice.
Did we
Because
disappoint you?
that question that you just said right there, that's one I will have for Dr. Martin Luther King.
Hey,
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Oh.
saying?
that takes me to
And,
that
and
episode
Malcolm
of
X.
the
They gave their lives. They knew they
Mhm.
was going to be murderers.
Yep.
You see
Yep.
what I'm saying? They did that on purpose. They wanted to die for that cause. Why?
Hmm.
So
Good
many
question.
people, not just them, just so many people died for a cause to help us be able to vote, to help us be able to be able to speak, to walk down a certain street, and all these things that we take for granted. And people just be out here wilding now. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I could have been still living.
And to see it in 2024, what would
Yeah,
your time frame be now to see what your legacy has left?
Mhm.
absolutely.
That's a good question. I like that. I like that. And
Which kind of reminds me of the chapter.
no, I got my popcorn. I'm good.
Ah, yeah, man. We built a Bentley. Talking about Side Resurrection, Delta Line, and on down before we left there. And it's been 20 plus years now and everything like that, but
hmm
it's been crashed. It's like all that work that we put in to create I am and to have the respect for I am and what I am represent and what I am do and the work that we do in the band room and becoming leaders and great leaders and graduates and you know what I'm saying, husbands and you name it, musicians, band directors, and now it's just about to be May be gone because that whole thing is gone. So it's kind of a hurting feeling, man, because you know what I'm saying, like man, all that
Yeah.
work that I was sitting up all night and paperwork and stuff that I was doing, I
All
could
them
have been
late
doing
night
something
events,
else.
meetings,
Okay,
and
let me ask
Yeah.
this question. You said
and
hurting.
scrounging to raise money, and
Now, would you still feel like it's hurting feeling? Let's say let's use this scenario. You got cancer.
Hmm.
Eventually, you know your time is coming. You know
Yeah.
your time is coming. Eventually, you know your time is coming. Days, 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 days. You slowly get into the hospital. You know your time is coming. You know your time is coming. Now, when it's gone, you're hurt, or are you as hurt as a sudden one or a slow hurt?
It's just sudden because it'll go away tomorrow.
So the sudden hurt is worse, or the slow one?
The slow one will hurt
the
first.
slow is her worse. I mean,
Slow.
you
Yeah,
suffer.
over time.
No, no, you know it's coming. You know the guy, not yourself, that
Mm,
person,
mm.
not yourself, that person you're talking to.
I
That's the
still say
other,
slow.
That's
the
worse.
slow being
Now,
worse.
now I got to watch them deteriorate.
But you
Mhm.
got time to, but you had time to prepare for it. Now, 3 days
I see
later,
where you're going. I see where you're going. Go ahead, bro. I see you. I feel you.
so 3 days later, is that pain still worse than the sudden? Like where did this come from? I didn't know this was going to happen. Now it's gone. I didn't have time to talk to them. I didn't have time to get stuff set up. I didn't get time to say what I wanted to say to them because it was sudden. But if you had that slow, you can get all that stuff out. Still what you need to get done.
Mhm.
Make sure these bills are taken care of. Make sure this is taken care of. That's slow. There's a lot of regret that's gone out of it. Now, getting back to what Reggie originally was talking about, me and a couple other bros seen this coming a long time ago. That's that slow hurt. That's that slow hurt. There was time and time and time again where you talking about it, saying, "Hey, y'all getting this done, y'all taking care of this, y'all taking care of this." That stepping ain't worth it, man. Getting these boys online ain't worth it. Did you get that taken care of? Did you get this taken care of? Now you got the information. That slow hurt, not that sudden. That sudden will be worse. I'd be more inclined to help sudden than slow.
Okay.
I feel
Okay,
that.
philosopher, I feel you what you're saying. I felt you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I
Herb over there cooking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so that goes back to the other question you asked. The people that are living, people that are gone, these questions you ask. These people I talk to all the time. You pick brains, listen to brains, you hear the brains, you learn brains. We learn from each other. So
Hey man, I'm so glad I learned from Solomon and all of them how they
mhm.
learn how they speak in parables and stuff like that to be able to keep up with what you be talking about her. For real. If I did not, I'm like, what the about? What was you about to say, brother? I saw you about to say something a couple of times.
yeah, man. Just thinking about what Herb was saying, man. Because what he's saying is legitimate, man. And he would tell him, he would tell us because the younger brothers wouldn't really listen, man. He'd say, "I already see where this is about to go," and he stepped back a long time ago. He still reach out, but he stepped back from being as active as he was. And we
Mhm.
tell him all the time, like y'all not listening to what people are trying to tell y'all and what we're
Mhm.
trying to give y'all. Like y'all want to go in the direction, and we already know what that direction is going to lead to.
Mm-hmm.
They decided that's what they wanted to do. And I mean, once you graduate, it ain't too much you can do other than tell them the chapter is in their hands at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are.
Now
Like
here we are.
like
It's
leaving your 4-year-old daughter with the house alone. Hey, baby, take care of this house.
You come back home,
I
it's
slow up.
glue and glitter all over the wall.
yep.
What you expect? She a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And speaking of, and here we are, Brandon. How about you tell a story of one, two, or three of the panel members?
Uh-oh.
I don't
He
think
said,
that
"Uh oh."
story's about me, but I don't know.
Hey, you from the King House. I know you. I remember you. That's
I heard
exactly what he
stories
said when he
about
first
you.
came on.
You don't remember
So
me.
I remember at K-State, it used to be a group of us that always hung out. And this person would always walk by us and say, "I see y'all. Y'all trying to see the light, ain't y'all?" And
I
we'd be
know who
looking
that
like,
is.
"What is this fool talking about?" And so after we huddled up, we figured out exactly what it was that he was talking about. And we was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." So later on in that year, Kappa Kappa Psi would have, study sessions at this panel member's house. And we would go. And I remember I was in there. This is before I really got serious with my school and stuff. It took me a while to get on track and really get serious with what I had going on. And I was in there practicing this music. And he said, why are you in here practicing that music? That music stuff come natural to you. Why you ain't in here in these books studying this math or in this English? And of course, I ain't listen. And my grades was not right, man. My first semester of school, I'm almost ashamed to even think about what my GPA was. And I missed my opportunity at intake that year because I didn't pay attention to what he was trying to tell me. He said, "Hey, this is what you really need to be focused on. Don't worry about that because you got that." But this right here is where your mind need to be. And had I listened, my GPA would have been better earlier on, because it took me a while to get that GPA where I needed it to be. I'd have been good that whole year. I wouldn't have had the mishaps I had with financial aid. I wouldn't have had to pay for school out of pocket for a year or two just to get my credits and my GPA right to get financial aid. I'd have been good.
Yeah.
But that person was always a wise person. Always.
Man, Herb, you such a wise guy.
Watch your work. You hit me with that same stuff. You see the light? You see the light? Look at that light up there.
Look at
You
that
don't
light.
get on my face. I ain't falling for that. I already know what my goal is. I ain't gonna let you know until you see it.
A lot of people don't understand, man. You know,
Yeah.
we make it to college and universities. Our first priority is to graduate. So in order to graduate, you have to get your grades. In order to get the grades, you got to go to class. In order to go to class, you got to study too. You know what I'm saying? You know, band, marching band, basketball, whatever else, all of that's secondary.
Right.
That's to help you get through and to be able to do those things. The scholarship is to help you get into the school so that you can get those grades so that you can graduate. That's the goal, is to graduate. You know what I'm saying? All the other stuff is secondary. You know what I'm saying? Joining organizations, friendships, you know what I mean? Whatever else you doing, clowning around and this and that, all of that's secondary to where you're there. And that's what I always try to put through to, you know, those that came under me, because it was taught to me. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? It took me, what, 7 years to get my degree. You know what I'm saying? That first year and a half, I was in remedial courses. I wasn't even taking college courses yet because of what I hadn't done leading up to even getting to college. So to have that opportunity to get in college, I wasn't going to fail because somebody looked out for me and opened doors for me to be able to get there. So for me, it's like, I'm not leaving here until I get my degree.
Right.
My last 2 years was bringing my GPA up. So every class that I ever got a C in, because I never got nothing below a C, right? But it's probably a couple of classes here or there that I got a C in. I went back to take the class again so that I either get an A or a B in it before I graduate. So that's just was my mentality when it came to that. And then that last year, I was getting my certifications into what I needed to do. So I wasn't going to leave until I got those things together. Now, what also helped me in that situation is that's where the study thing came in. That was one of my ideas for the frat, is that we were partying all the time. I'm throwing the parties. The parties is at my crib. And here it is, I'm getting a 2.4, 2.5, but my tail dog is getting a 4.0. And I just happened to, I'm like, bro, man, we sitting there, we drink. I said, how the hell you keep getting a 4.0 and you here kicking it with us and partying? He said, let me tell you something, Red. You know, his voice deep. He said, I already look, we got band practice. I already know y'all coming over here. Y'all gonna be partying all night. So right after band practice, I go study for 3 hours every night, no matter what. And then I come over here. And a light bulb just hit me. I'm like, man, let me try to figure out how to do that. So from that conversation I had with my tail dog, what I would do, I'm a morning person, right? I'm up to this day. I can't sleep past 8 o'clock. So I'm a morning person. I'm ready to get it. So I started putting all my classes in the morning time. And I would get those classes that you only had one day out the week. So I do 3 hours one day out the week in one class. All right. And then so right after that class, I'll just go study for 2 hours. No matter what, no matter if we had an essay, an exam, no matter what, it's 2 hours every day. And from that, man, my GPA started going up and everything like that. So with me, when I have knowledge, I want to give that knowledge out because you can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. So I was just giving it back to y'all, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah, boy. On this tip, I'm about to grab my cigar here, baby. I think you're gonna be the first person that's been on our podcast that's gonna fire up a cigar with me.
Yes.
Finally.
Minus
No,
his saturation.
no. We had a couple that fired up with you.
Who was that?
I can't think. I can't remember, but it's been a couple. I feel like can't think of his name right now, but he was on here one time fired up with you. There's been a couple on the fired up with you. You know me, boy.
So, bro, what you smoking on, bro?
A chilling moose.
Chilling moose.
Bro, you be coming up with some names I ain't never heard of.
What you get it from Alaska?
I lost the label on mine, so I don't even know what it is.
Nah. It just depends on what I can get close to, because it's a lot of cigar places out here, especially cigar lounges, and most of them out here are black owned too.
I'm coming over there to kick it with you, bro.
Come on.
You don't go. I couldn't find that cigar that you sent to me. They don't have them down here. They didn't even know I was talking about, but they did put me on some other ones, man. I smoked one last night, man. That baby so oh God, it's so good.
Okay. You know what? When I get some more, I'm gonna send you one.
Okay. Well, in this segment right here, this is called Put Some Smoke in the Air. We're about to put some smoke in the air. And what we do at this segment, since you've been watching these podcasts, you already know. We get to tell a story. You tell a story about a band story that was either funny, indifferent, or bound chicken, bound. Let the world let it know, baby. Let it do what it do. Especially for Fancy, because you know she's living vicariously through us.
Yes, I am. That's why I leaned in like story time.
What's going on?
So it was this guy in the band. His name was Alonzo. Nobody really liked Alonzo, but he was a funny guy. So my freshman year was our first time going to Gateway Classic in St. Louis, Missouri. We played UAPB.
Yep.
And we had all just got back from the game. We had just ate that nasty food from Spruce, and everybody was unwinding for the night. So everybody kind of dispersed or whatever. And we stayed in the Millennium Hotel, so it's like floors. And you can kind of look down and see everything that's going on.
About 100 floors, yeah.
And they have a swimming pool like right there at the bottom. So one of the band members pulls out this money, and he looks up at Alonzo and says, I bet you all this money you won't jump in that pool. He's on like the third or fourth floor up there. He says, I bet you, and it wasn't that much money either. He says, I bet you this money, you won't jump from up there in that swimming pool. This fool goes, I bet I will. So he throws the money in the swimming pool. Like clockwork, everybody comes. It's like everybody came out their room at the same time. Nobody even knew that this was happening. And everybody instantaneously just sees this fool jump. It was like something off a movie, like it was in slow motion.
Wow.
Into this swimming pool. He was so high up that he hit the bottom of the swimming pool. This fool grabs the money. And at this time, Mr. Chambers was coming around too. So he caught the butt end of that. Limps out the swimming pool and limps up out the hotel. I don't know what he did with the money. I don't even know. I know it couldn't have been no more than maybe 20 or 30 bucks. So he risked his life over like 20 or 30 bucks.
Wow.
He lucky all he was doing was limping.
Yeah.
Nobody could believe it. Everybody's like, did he really do that?
I've never heard that story right there. That's great. And that was there.
Yeah.
That's why I got back in the band.
That's because we was in the room drinking back some Coronas and MGD.
Yeah. We was kicking it with UAPB.
Yeah.
We either left or that's the first time we went, we left with UAPB.
Yeah.
So
y'all were gone then.
Yeah, we were
gone. I would have been gone.
Mm-hmm.
The second year they actually
went
came
there?
to the hotel.
That's
you
the
say?
first time we went to St. Louis.
That was the first time.
Yeah, Gateway.
Yeah, we was gone. I was gone.
No, nobody could believe it. People talk about that still to this day.
That's
So what
crazy.
happened to him?
I don't even remember, man. For
They
sure, when we did get back, man, Mr. Chambers did have him fired up. So he got worked out for sure. And I'm quite sure Mike took pleasure in doing it because, as I said, nobody liked Alonzo.
Yeah, that was Mike's rookie year's drum major. Yep. Well, sure was. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he survived that because that was crazy.
No, nobody could believe he did it. Nobody.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The person who threw the money couldn't even believe he did it. He said, "Did that fool really just do that?"
Yeah, that's crazy.
Money.
Now, did you come in with Candace?
Yeah, that was my CS.
Okay. So I got this story. It's one of my parties I'm throwing. But this time I said, I'm not having it at my house. I won't have it at one of the Sorrell's house. Sorrell's let me have it at her crib. Now, she stayed right behind me. It's a field, and she stayed right behind me. So we having this party, and it's jumping. I go upstairs. I said, well, I've always wanted to do a toga party.
I missed that. I remember the toga party though.
Yeah, butt booty ass nigga put that sheet around me, came down those stairs and shit. Got the toga thing going on. We died that motherfucker. We having a good time. Ninja was dancing that night. I remember this too. Ninja got the dancing and stuff, boy. There was all kind of stuff going on. But anyway, yeah,
always dancing.
But this story goes on like this. There's a knock at the door. Shh, 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 shh. Who is it? Police. Everybody upstairs. Everybody upstairs. It's about 200 motherfucking people.
In that apartment.
Bedroom.
I remember that.
Bed. Shh, be quiet. Bruh, open the door. It's a bruh opening the door. It's Cool Breeze standing behind him, and I'm standing behind Cool Breeze. And the cops say, we get a report that there's a party going over here. Cool Breeze say, ain't nothing going on over here. Boom! Slam the door in the cop's face.
Ooh, Cool Breeze in trouble.
Boy, we about to go to jail. Oh. They ain't got the right to come up in here. If we don't let them in, they can't come.
They can't come in.
Okay.
Keep the party going. Boom. Start the party over again. Knock at the door again. This time, Cool Breeze over the door. As soon as they didn't even say nothing, he just slammed the door in their face again. I said, all right, y'all. This time, we gonna keep this party going, but we taking it to my crib. So Herb and Cool Breeze, we talk about this shit all the time. You were like, bro, man, your ass crazy. You parted the seas like Moses. We went out her back door. It's about 200-300 people just following me through this field. And we go to my crib, up the stairs.
It wasn't the best way.
Hey, party kept going all night.
And what's crazy, I moved in that same apartment.
Yeah, you did. I came out for homecoming. I was like, wait a minute, Brandon Green lives where? Man, you stay in my same apartment, boy. We had a lot of fucking good times up in here.
Man, I remember you had that big side cut out on the wall.
Yeah, had a lot of paddles up there too at the time. Fiberglass, all you name it, all kind of paddles. I done gave all that stuff away, man. Gave it all away. Well, I won't do with it. I'm retired.
It'd be nice to look at. No,
I got a few things.
I get it to your bros.
I done gifted all my stuff, man. I don't too much have nothing anymore.
Yeah, I gifted it all. I gifted my boots. I gave my boots to John Sanders, Soul Child. I gave my jacket to Matt. I gave paddles away. I think I gave my fiberglass to Elwin. Yeah, I don't have nothing, man.
Were they personalized or just like a regular KK style pad?
Huh?
Were they like personalized with like your line details on it, or just a regular?
Yeah, my line details on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You have my year.
Something like that. That's precious. You keep that.
Kodak.
No, I ain't got none of my stuff.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you what was sweet though. What was sweet? Was it 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago? Matt hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Hey, bro, what's your address?" So I sent him the address. He said, "I'm gonna send you something." All right, bet. Man, I got that thing in the mail. Bro had made me a jacket, KK side jacket. It's so sweet.
That's what's
Oh
up.
yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's so cold. He did it right. He said, "Man, I just want to let you know, big bro, man, I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? You looked out for us back when we was in school and stuff like that." I was like, man, I started tearing up, man. For real.
Not just the bros though. You looked out for the band in general, man, for sure.
It's the love, man.
Those of us who would listen, man, you definitely tried to keep everybody doing what they needed to be doing.
You know what I'm saying? We was talking earlier, coming from the King house when we were there, we were a family. We was a tight-knit group. You know what I'm saying? And to come to K-State and people was in the band like, fuck this band ain't shit, and da-da-da-da-da. I was like, ooh.
Never happened at the King house.
I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. So I'm like, okay, I know what I need to do. I'm going to build this motherfucker from within. I don't care who the band right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to build from within. So that's what I did. I built from within. Band director going to do his thing, but I'm going to do my thing from within, and we're going to be tight. Before I leave here, this band going to be tight, because that's the only way I could be in this band. You know what I mean? It's the only way I could be. I can't be in a band where the drum major getting booed and a girl drum major is tearing your ass up from another school. Can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, coming from where we came from, like, oh man, we got to be better than this. It don't matter if we small. We can start over. You know what I mean? But we can build from here. And even if we small, we're gonna have some nuts. You know what I mean? It was just the mentality, bro. You know, and the stars just lined up. And it just
small but mighty.
That way. All right, man. Man, hey, damn, that hour went by quick, my baby.
Oh shoot, I didn't even realize.
It sure did, man. We having fun. That's what happened when you having fun. But listen here, BG. You can call him BG too, Brandon Green. And this is the part, man. You get to build your own band from top to bottom, or top to back, from front to back. Band director all the way back. You can get them from wherever you want to get them from. It can be one big band, however, it can be particular years, however you want to do it. You build your band how you want to build your band. What would be the perfect marching band?
I'm gonna think about the directors, but off rip, that trumpet line gotta be Norfolk State between 2000 and 2005. By far, that year, those years, Norfolk State had the coldest trumpets in HBCU band, period. At least to me. Tubas, I have to go with Funk Low. Then them boys some horses.
K-State.
Baritone, I think Southern got that hands down. Trombones, I had to go with JSU. I love their trombone section. Mellophones, let's see. I don't know. I take mellophones. I go Texas Southern 2003. 03, they had a good year that year. Woodwinds, I think FAMU got some of the coldest woodwinds hands down. I just take their whole woodwind section. Flutes, piccolos, saxophones, clarinets.
My cousin played piccolo and flute for FAMU.
And I say this because the year we went to Honda, we were all in the back, and everybody's sections was doing different things. FAMU whole woodwind section just got together and was blowing marches. Not them simple marches. I mean, these notes was going. They was playing it with ease, like it was nothing. Like they just woke up and it was just ingrained in them. And I said, you know what? Them boys cold over there. So they would win section for sure. It would have to be, it don't even matter the year, but it would have to be FAMU. And I hate to say that because I really ain't a fan of FAMU, but can't take nothing from them boys musically.
You better not let your friend hear that, boy.
Hey, my niece in the band right now.
Mm-hmm.
So she know, and her brother on the way next year.
Yeah.
Percussion, man. There's so many good drum lines out there. But if I had to pick one, I would pick Texas Southern because they had the best of both worlds. They play a lot of notes, and they still got that HB feel to them. So I would pick. If I didn't pick my own section, I would pick them. Drum majors. I pick K-State drum majors, but I'll let you train them though.
That's a different answer. Okay.
Band directors, I'm partial to mine. I'm partial to Timmy Wayne, so I just love his music philosophy. Even though I hate that he wouldn't let us open up, so I had to get him to allow that to happen. We had to come to a happy medium on that, but I have to pick Timmy Wayne. I have to. Flag Girls. I love the Silkettes, but the best flags I ever seen, they came from Norfolk. And it would have been between 2000 and maybe 2008. That's the coldest flag line I ever seen. Dancing Girls. I'm not really partial to any one dance line, so I just stick with what I know. I throw the K-Rates out there.
That's what's up. You got everybody.
Yeah.
You didn't forget nobody.
You're gonna be training some drum majors.
But BG, man, do you have anything going on in your life, man, where you would want people to find you? You know what I'm saying? Either social media or anything like that?
My wife and I actually have a business. It's a small business. We're building it up, actually trying to get to the point where we can do it full time. So we got an Instagram page. I'll tell y'all exactly what it is because we got so many different things, and it's r.b_CWWC.
That's hard.
Stuff out there. Other than that, man, don't really be doing too much. Like you mentioned before, I work at Ludwig, which is pretty cool. You know, I've always been in the drums. Ludwig is one of the top manufacturers in drums, so I work there. I do that. But other than that, I don't do too much, man. I go to work. I actually just joined Omega Sulfide, so I go to my meetings. I do the committee stuff, and
okay, that's what's
pretty
up.
much what I do.
That's what's up. Now are you still making the woods and stuff like that?
Man, I make everything, man. So I was already making my own drums before I started working for Ludwig. I just wanted to see it from a different perspective. So when I actually applied for the job, I applied to actually work in the drum area. But because I had the expertise with woodworking, they actually put me in Musser building like xylophone and marimba and stuff like that. And because I was a music major, they was like, well, you already understand harmonics and stuff. So we gonna have you do these bars, teach you how to cut the arches and stuff in them and tune them and stuff like that. Which, you know, it's been fun. It's been fun. I've got to utilize my knowledge of music and, you know, do something different.
Yeah.
I am looking into maybe trying to get back into schools or something like that, you know. But yeah,
Okay, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. We definitely appreciate you being on here, man. But listen, before we get off this podcast, man, make sure that y'all subscribe, hit that like button, thumbs up, do it about 1,000 times, send it about to 2,000 people, and everything. Keep sharing this, man. This content is really good content, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely helping people understand where, you know what I'm saying, these young men and young women come from different neighborhoods, different cities, different situations. You know what I'm saying? They was able to meet at a particular point, either high school, middle school, college, some type of way, you know, make it through college and become great fathers, great mothers, and professionals. You know what I mean? So check us out. Hit us up. One love. Appreciate you, Brandon.
no problem.
Appreciate you,
Yeah.
brother. Appreciate you being on here.
Man, I remember watching y'all. I'm like, man, I'm kind of dry. I wonder if I ever get an opportunity to be on here. Lo and behold, a few weeks later, I got that message in the Facebook. I said, damn, he asked me. I'm honored.
There it is, baby.
All right, brother, man. You be easy out there in the world.
For sure, man. Y'all do the same.
All right.